Hello guys, welcome to another edition of Cooking with Her Spoon. Today, well at this moment, because I have several things I'm going to be doing today, but I'm going to show you guys one of the things we're going to do, preparing for Super Bowl Sunday. We don't really care about the Super Bowl, we just like to try to do the Super Bowl type food, just to feel a part of the action. So today we are going to do meatballs, homemade meatballs. So for my meatballs, I started out with 7327 meat, ground beef. I usually use 80-20, but I got to the store kind of late, so 80-20 was already gone. So 7327 will do. So I just put my packs of meat in my bowl. And then all I do is put, for this, I just use my Cavender's all-purpose seasoning. If you've watched my previous videos, you've seen it several times. This is my go-to seasoning. I just put some on top and take and just incorporate it in. And once again, like I always say, you don't have to over-season your meats or your food. You kind of got to get the feel of what you need and how much you need. And so, because I like for my meatballs to be the same size, so I can gauge how long they need to cook, and I cook my meatballs on 400 in my oven. I have a little scooper, the small scooper. And I scoop, take any excess, and I put it in. And I do roll my meatballs, but I like to get quite a few scoops of meat in. That way I'm not going back and forth so much. And I love using my glass pans for this, because you can easily see through the pan, and you can pour your excess oils off about middle way. Sometimes I do my meatballs smaller, and with that I just kind of pinch the meat and try to get it all the same size. But I'd rather use this because at least I know they're all going to be equal in size. Okay? Have enough here. I'm just going to squeeze and roll like so. I do not buy frozen meatballs ever for my family to eat. We love homemade meatballs. They're fresher. We know exactly what we're getting, and that's very important, because we have some very picky eaters, including myself, when it comes down to certain foods. My next video I'm going to show you guys how to make chicken salad. So pretty much with the meatballs, that's all you do until you're finished. Just make sure your meat is all together. Make sure you don't have, you see that? Make sure you don't have like any pockets or anything. Everything is nice and secure. And I'm going to pop these in the oven on 400. I probably say for about 20 minutes. I check them at 20 minutes, and then I'll see if they need to go longer. And once they come out, I'm going to strain my grease about halfway of them being done. Pop them back in. And then you're going to put your sauce on. What I like to use, my favorite and only sauce I really use, and take my glove off for a minute, is my Sweet Baby Ray's original barbecue sauce. Once my meatballs are done, don't overcook them because you don't want them to be dried out, but you do want them to be done inside. You just coat it with your Sweet Baby Ray's, pop them back in the oven for maybe another 5 minutes so the sauce can get good and firm on them, and then you're ready to eat. And what I'm going to do today with mine, after I finish, I'm actually going to pop mine in my crock pot to keep them warm. That's what you can do to keep them warm. Put your crock pot on low. If you have a crock pot, that's another kitchen bestie that you're gonna want. It don't have to be an expensive one, just a nice crock pot to do some of the things you want to do. I cook my roast in my crock pot. That's the only way I cook my roast for the most part, because I started out the night before, and then by the next day, I'm good to go. My roast is very, very tender. I mean, it literally falls apart when we try to pick it up. But anyway, guys, homemade meatballs, simple. I don't do fancy seasonings a lot of the times with my meats. I keep it simple. I add my own little things to it to spice it up, and my family love it. So I'll be back a little later. I'm going to show you guys how to make a simple pasta salad, and I'm going to show you guys how to do chicken salad. So it's going to be 2 more parts that I'm going to come back with for you guys to see. And I think that will be it for today.